This is EDAD 6316 online, Module 2, Chapters 3 and 4. The textbook is Data Analysis for Continuous School Improvement, 3rd edition by Victoria L. Bernhardt. The first type of data we will discuss will be demographics data. Demographics data are simply those data that describe the human population in your school. How many students do you have in your school? What about ESL students? How many of those? What is the socioeconomic distribution of your students? All of these are demographics data that tell you about your school population. How many teachers do you have? What about their years of experience? What about discipline referrals? How many in your gifted programs? Demographics describe the system. As you look at Figure 3.1 on page 30, think about the descriptors in relation to the campus where you currently work. Are there some items here that you've not really considered before? Please note, there is a difference between disaggregation and desegregation. When we are talking about data, we discuss the disaggregation of data. Desegregation is another word and has a different definition. Many people get these two words confused. Be sure you are clear that when we discuss data, we discuss disaggregating data, not desegregating it. So take a minute to reflect on this. Who needs to know the demographic data of a school? Should teachers know? Just principals? What does it mean to disaggregate data, and why is it important to do so? You might want to jot down some notes as you are thinking. Chapter 4, How We Do Business, Perceptions Data. We assess perceptions through interviews, focus groups, questionnaires, surveys, etc. Do you ever survey your students asking about your classroom procedures or climate to find out whether your students feel the same about your classroom as you do? Many times we are surprised to find out that how we perceive something is quite different from another person. Your book breaks out the steps for assessing perceptions, giving more detailed information for each step. You can find these steps in Figure 4.1, and you can find an even more thorough explanation by reading the content on pages 44 through 47. If you don't have a purpose and are not going to share and analyze the results, then there is no need to do this work. Data is gathered so that it can be used. So we know we need to use the data. Perceptions data is analyzed to understand where the school might be able to do things differently to help overcome any misperceptions. This can be done in a variety of ways. However, sometimes just helping the constituency to understand and or experience a certain program or process can aid in changing perceptions. Think about this. Does your campus gather perceptions data? Who could you ask to find the answer? Who should know about the perceptions data?